Hey, friends, welcome to another broadcast of Wellness Wednesdays. I'm your host, James Perkins, therapist, counselor, coach, and I'm glad that you're here with me on the night again. As always, when you come on in, let me know where you're listening from. I want to shout you out. And then I also want you to share this broadcast. We're going to have a great conversation tonight on cultivating a resilient mindset, which I think is crucial as it relates to our mental and emotional wellness. And so I'm looking forward to the conversation we're going to have with our guest tonight. Um, One of the things I want to say as a housekeeping, one of the things I love about these broadcasts is the fact that people listen to it by replay. And so even if people don't get a chance to watch live, they always have a chance to go back and listen to the replay. And I'm amazed at how many people listen to replay, chime in, engage. And so if you listen to this live or replay, be sure to leave a comment. Let me know how this is impacting your mindset, your mental and emotional well-being. One of the main reasons that I created Wellness Wednesdays was really to give people a chance to help them understand how their thoughts and emotions impact their decisions. And that's really important to understand because our decisions inevitably lead us to our future and lead us to accomplish our goals or to miss them. One of my favorite quotes by Andy Stanley in his book, The Principle of the Path, he talks about how how direction, not intention, leads to our destination. And what he means by that is that we can have good intentions on getting to a certain destination, but if our actions don't line out with that, we're never going to reach our destination. And one of the consistent things I found for myself, for my clients, is oftentimes we don't have a full grasp of how our thoughts and our emotions are impacting our emotional state at any given moment. So it's impacted the decisions that we make on every day. And the decisions that we make inevitably, like I said, lead us to a certain destination. Sometimes it's where we want to go. Sometimes it's not where we want to go. But our destination is inevitably linked to how we think, how we feel. And so I'm glad to have this conversation tonight. Before I get started again, if you're coming on in, let me know where you're chiming in from, city and state. If this is your first time, put 1 in the chat. If this is your second time, put 2. If you've been with me for more than 2 times, just put OG. Yeah, you can put that. It's okay. It's all right. We're going to have some fun tonight, having a great conversation with my brother and guest, Brandon Sweeney. And so, I always come sharp with a guest. I always come sharp with a guest. I will never bring you anybody that I know will not be of impact to your life. And so I'm glad to have our guest tonight, Brandon Sweeney. I'm going to bring my brother in on tonight. Brandon, what's going on, brother?
What's up, James? What's up, man? I'm excited for tonight.
Man, how you feeling? I'm doing good, man.
Yes, I'm good. I'm grateful. I'm blessed, man. And man, just honored to be here sharing with you tonight.
Man, this is good. Well, yeah, man. I brought you on because I'm like, who can I get to talk about resiliency and mindset and perseverance? And you were the first and only person that came to my mind on the subject of resilience and prevailing. And obviously, if people weren't paying attention, they can obviously see that you have a shirt on that says prevail. And so you live the brand, you wear the brand. It's a part of who you are. And man, I'm glad that you're on, man. We have so much history together. I think that's one of the things I've appreciated about Wellness Wednesdays is I've had a chance to bring on people who have been in their craft for some amount of time, who I've seen their story develop, and personally have seen how what you teach has transformed your own life. So I know that actually gives you credibility and being able to help other people. And so I'm grateful for you tonight, man. I'm going to let you introduce yourself, tell people who you are, where you're from, and what you do, man.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Brandon Sweeney, aka Coach Sweeney. Let's go. I am from Akron, Ohio. Went to school at North Carolina North Carolina, A&T State University. I get
What?
I got to shout it out. But I'm excited, man. Went to school at A&T, played football. Got married when my wife moved to Atlanta. Now we're living currently in Houston, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I've been all over. I've been in the mental health field. I was a counselor and therapist at one point. Me and James know that.
Yep.
North Carolina, working at group homes, working in the community. And then I transitioned into coaching. And then currently I am an educator at an alternative school. So I work with the disciplined kids, the kids that get kicked out, and the regular school. They got to come see me. And man, I'm married. We celebrated our marriage, our 9th year anniversary this year. I'm excited for it, man, because God's been
That's
good.
amazing.
I have 2 kids. My son Judah, 7 years
Oh,
old.
let me see. He'll be back.
Come on.
All right. Let's give him a second. He looks like he froze up. Okay, there you go. You're back.
Okay. So I got my son Judah, 7 years old, and I got my baby girl Bethany. She's 2, and we got another baby on the way. September 20th. September 20th, we got a baby girl, another baby girl on the way. So I'm excited, man. So that's what I do. I'm also a speaker. So I consider myself like the really resilient coach. I speak to schools, educators, coaches, teams, and really just trying to help them become resilient in school, sports, and life so they can thrive and adapt to change and adversity that they face in life. So that's what I do.
Yeah, man. So let me start by asking this because I know you are not unfamiliar with adversity, and so we'd love for you to kind of just share your story, how all this even came along. I'm a firm believer that oftentimes our story, our experiences shape what we decide to pursue, but it also shapes how we interpret our experiences. And so I know that you have a significant and interesting story to share. So I want to give people a chance to introduce for you to share with us your story. I think you hung up. Okay, there we go. Want to give you a chance to kind of share your story, how this even all came along, to be honest. And share a little bit about how this started for you.
So my story in a nutshell, I mean, I can go deep, but I want to have time for like the Q&A part. But my story started in Akron, Ohio. I was raised by a single mom. It was 4 of us in the house. And we was raised in the projects, Spring Hill Projects, home of LeBron James, right? Everybody loved King James. And it was a struggle. It was the struggle of, my mom having to work in 2 jobs. You in the hood, so you're trying to survive. You're fighting all the time just to try to let people know that you ain't no punk. You get in the fights, getting kicked out of schools, getting in trouble. But then I fell in love with football. And football was like my saving grace because it kind of gave me something forward to look to. And I remember, growing up, I was 2nd grade, it was a rough year for me because I found out that my dad didn't want to have anything to do with me. So I kind of went through that process of why he don't want me, angry at the world.
Let's give him a moment, you guys. Okay.
Right. So I went to school angry at the world, trying to fight, being disrespectful. And I remember my coach telling me, "Hey man, you got a lot of negative stuff you're dealing with in your life, but if you can take all that negative stuff and do something positive with, man, you can change your life." And so I remember just fighting, trying to prove myself, trying to let teachers know I wasn't some jock, trying to survive the projects of the games, being asked to sell dope. I mean, the whole 9 growing up. But then I get to a point where I'm excelling in sports, and sports was like a focus. So no matter what I was going through at that time, like I can always go play football, and I can, like, all my cares would go to that. When I got to North Carolina A&T, I was a walk-on. I transferred from another school, and I came down, and I was focused. I got to earn a scholarship. I earned a scholarship. I become the starting running back. Man, my junior year, I'm balling. They write about me. I was on ESPN, Cold Pizza at the time that they had that segment, and everything is good.
Okay.
At that time, I started athletic Bible
Sorry,
study.
guys, for the technical difficulties tonight.
Good.
This is unexpected. Okay, there we go. We're back again.
Okay, sorry about that. I mean, what's going on? Everything is out. But so I went through that process of trying to figure out. I went to the A&T. I was balling. But I get to a point where I'm going into my senior year, and all of a sudden, I'm playing ball, and I'm about to get looked at by some NFL scouts. If I have a great senior year, I'm gonna get looked at by the league. Well, April 1st, 2006, I'm playing in spring ball game. I get tackled. Now I've been tackled plenty of times, man, but I get tackled, and all of a sudden I get to the sideline, and like my adrenaline just fade away. I got this
Wow.
pain in my side, and I'm thinking I cracked a rib. I'm
Yeah.
barely breathing. All of a sudden, I told my friend, "Hey, go get the trainer." Trainer comes too. He poking me, prying me, trying to figure out what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Scream like, stop, like leave me alone, like it hurt. He says, listen, you got to get up, because if you stay down there too long, it's going to get worse. I tried to get up 3 times, fell back down. I started crying. I knew something was worse.
Wow.
All of a sudden, they put me to the cart, got me to a van, take me to the hospital. All I remember is the doctor saying, we got to do surgery now. They rushed me back to the surgery room. Whatever they performed at that time, they did. Woke up, and the doctor said, man, close call. We had to do surgery. Your kidney ruptured, and we had to drain all the blood and the urine out of your system because it was becoming toxic. So
Wow.
I'm like, okay, cool. When can I go back to playing football? Like, no, sir. Because your kidney ruptured, you cannot play any contact sports. In fact, you're done. Your football career is over with. And so
Wow.
at that moment, it took from 2006 to about 2008, man, I fell into depression. I became suicidal. I didn't have a reason to live. I thought sports was my purpose. I didn't know what I was going to do in life. I felt like my mom would be okay. Let me just go ahead and end my life. I did all this work for 14 years, and I get to this point in my life, and all of a sudden things come crashing down.
Man.
So I didn't know how to fix it. I didn't know what to tell my mom. I'm trying to get everybody out the hood. I'm trying to do well in life. And my kidney ruptured. So after going through that process, the night I was about to take my life, God said, listen, the only reason you holding on to this game is because you don't believe I have something better for you. You got to make the son. Get up, let's go. Literally, man, I had the peace of God, the peace that surpasses understanding. I was in my right mind. I'm like, yo, let's go. It's something bigger than sports. Like, what else you got for me? So I started this journey of God helping me understand who I was outside of the game.
Yeah.
Like, what I had to overcome, working through my father issues, working through the issues of coming up in the hood, getting over the issues that my mom, was struggling. I feel like I couldn't take care of it. So I had to re-engineer a lot of stuff, man. It's kind of like God was restoring and repairing some things in my life. So once I got to that moment, man, I started rolling, and I'm here today as a speaker, 2-time author, and trying to change people's lives.
Okay. All right. You said God was restoring and repairing.
Yeah, he was like just working on me, just dealing with my heart, dealing with my identity, dealing with my purpose. Letting me know I wasn't just an athlete; that there was purpose beyond this game. And then all of a sudden, once I got through that part, once I realized that I'm not a victim, once I realized that this is not the end of me, then man, the sky was the limit. I took off, and so I've been rolling ever since.
Wow. In those 2 years, I'm sure that probably served as really as you didn't say this word, but I know it was as a catalyst for where you're at now. And I remember you wrote your first book. Share the book title. The first book that you wrote was
Loving the Game When the Game Doesn't Love You Back.
Loving the Game When the Game Doesn't Love You Back. And powerful book, man. And now you're on your second one, Prevail. Why Prevail? Like, out of all topics you could have chose, you have experience, and your story covers. Okay, hold on one second. Okay, there we go. Are you here with me? There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
Out of all the things that you could have wrote about in your 2-year experience, I mean, your from total of 14 years that you've been this journey, if you will, why Prevail? Like, there are other topics, but why Prevail?
So, man, that's a great question. Prevail, when I heard the word, because I was going to write another book. So my mentor told me when I write my first book, there's other books in that first book that you're going to have to write. And when I wrote the first book, it was just my story.
Yeah.
And when I would go speak, people would love my story, but I didn't really have any application. I didn't have any
Yeah.
strategies to give to people. So when I started speaking, I was going around speaking. I asked myself, I said, man, what's my niche? Like, what's my thing? I don't want to just say overcome adversity. I don't want to just say don't give up, don't quit. I didn't want to say that. So how can I help people literally face adversity and be resilient in the face of adversity? So one of the things I looked at and I heard the word prevail, I was like, oh, this is dope. Then I read the definition. It means to prove more powerful than the opposing forces. In other words, it means to become more powerful than anything you face in life. So I
Wow.
said, yo, this is my life. Like, literally, this is my life.
Yeah.
I have to face and overcome a lot of opposing forces. The odds stacked against me, I would say. So
Yeah.
when I said prevail, I said, man, this is it. But now was, okay, what does prevail? How can I take prevail
Mm-hmm.
and apply it to people's lives? So then I looked at the
Yeah.
acronym. I had to break it down.
Yeah.
Man, I started with purpose. Like I'm literally born in this generation on purpose. That means
Wow.
I'm valuable. That means I'm necessary, and that means I'm dangerous. So
Yeah.
when I understood that I have something to do here on the earth other than just play sports, that game changer, right?
Yeah.
And so I break that down in the book. You still with me?
Yep. I'm still with
So
you.
I break that down in the book, and I talk about and then I talk about pursuing purpose and vision. And then I realized that, man, I had to make a committed decision that regardless of what I face, I'm going to get through it, but I'm also going to get through it. I'm going to win on the other side. So R is resolved to keep going. Like, how do I create a determination? No matter what I face, I'm going to stay with it.
Okay.
Football messed me up because I did that for 14 years. So when
Mm-hmm.
I tried anything else, I was kind of scared. This may not work out for me, right?
Yeah.
This may turn out like football did. But when I realized that, man, resolve, like how do I strengthen my level of resolve? I had to factor in some things. I
Yeah.
had to look at what's the big picture? What's the reward? Then I had to factor in that, man, you're going to have adversity along the way. I don't care what you set out to do. You're going to face
Yeah.
stuff. And then I had to look at, man, you've invested too much to quit, right? Look at your investments. You are in too deep now to just give up.
To turn around. There you go.
And then I had to look at the options. I had to eliminate the options that were tempting me to turn the other way, that were
Wow.
tempting me to say, you know what, Swing, listen, I know you're trying to do this speaking thing. I know you're trying to impact people. I know you're trying to write this book. But, man, just go ahead and just work this 9 to 5 and just be chill, right?
Yep.
It paid me a little bit more money, but it would take me away from the big picture, the reward. And that was me fulfilling my purpose. So when I looked at those things, I was like, yo, I can make the commitment, right? I am more committed because I understand that I'm investing too much.
Okay,
I need to
be right
eliminate
back.
all the options that's gonna tip me. And I understand that adversity is
Okay.
part of the process. So then I got into E, which is embrace responsibility. People need to take ownership, especially our students and athletes. There are a lot of people that I'm working with that they just, man, it's not my fault.
Mhm.
So-and-so did it. This happened. I'm like this because my dad wasn't in my life. I'm like this because my mom was on crack. Like, it's everybody's fault.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, cool. I know it happened to you, but you're responsible for what you're going to do next. Like, how are you going to heal? How are you going
Yep.
to pick yourself up and get the help that you need so you can move forward? So I had
Yeah.
to learn that, man, it's my life. I had to take 100% ownership of my life. It ain't my mama life, daddy, cousin, auntie.
It's yours.
It's mine, right? And I can make the decisions in my life to change. Then I had to look at value your values. I had to realize, man, what is important to me? What is my core value? Just because I'm going through, just because my life didn't turn out the way I wanted to, and things didn't pan out the way I had hoped they would, I still have values. I still have things that are important to me. So I had to find out, man, this way, no matter what you face, don't lower your values. Don't lower your standards. Let these values guide you along the way. Then I had to look at A. Everybody has to learn how to adapt to change. Period.
Okay, I'm back.
Like, everybody has to learn how to adapt to change.
Adapt to change.
Change is inevitable. It's going to happen. So when it happens, right, how do you process it? How do you deal with it?
Mhm.
I had a full bulletproof plan. Work hard, get to the NFL. Period. Period. Do what you're supposed to do, get to the NFL. But when that didn't work out for me, I had to learn how to adapt, right? So that's what you have to do. And then the I is ignoring negativity and distractions. And I talk about
Mm.
a story about Nehemiah. We all know Nehemiah. And I talk about how he was doing a great work and how he ignored the people that was trying to distract him, the people who was
Wow.
being negative. So I talk about that because along this journey, you're going to have negativity from yourself, right? From your
Yep.
self-talk, what you're telling yourself, and also from other people. You're going to have other people telling you, ah, man, I knew that plan wasn't going to work out. Why are
Yep.
you trying to do that? You have to learn how to kill the noise and stay focused, period. Kill the noise and stay focused. The last one is L. Lean on your life team.
All right, man.
You with me?
All right, we're back now.
You know what I mean? Where I leave off at?
Ignoring negativity and distractions.
And no negativity. So at the end of the day, you gotta learn how to kill the noise and stay focused. Period.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta kill the noise, stay focused. And then the last one is lean on your life team. If you
Wow.
look at all research, now it's the same thing as saying you need a support system. But I said lean on your life team because you need people in your life to help you be better and do better. You need people in your life that want to push you, to help you to overcome, that want you to succeed. I mean, you need some people in your life. So I realized that, man, listen, you can't do this on your own. There's some things you face in life that you just cannot get through by yourself. You can nobody who's achieved anything great, who has become successful, did it by themselves. They always had a
Absolutely.
team. They always had somebody in their corner. If you look at any of the greats, no matter what they faced, they had people in their corner who believed in them, who wanted the best for them, and who was willing to do whatever they could to help them succeed. So that's Prevail. That's my story. I got around the right people. I pursued purpose. I ignored negativity, established my values, adapted to change, and embraced responsibility.
All right, guys, he'll be back with us. Let's give it a moment. Okay, great. Okay. All right.
So
Go ahead now.
no, so that was it in a nutshell. Like I had to prevail.
Man,
Purpose, responsibility, resolve, values, adapting to change, ignore negativity and distractions, and then get you a squad that you can win with.
man, you have a 8-book series in that one book. And especially this last one that you just talked about is which I've really been leaning into and firmly believe that we don't reach our maximum potential without the collaboration of others. And I think that's significant to think about in that what the people that we choose to do life with, one, it gives us hope. Obviously, you guys know our focus. One of my big focuses is on shame. I have a podcast, A Shameless Leader, and have something special coming up in another couple of weeks. I'm not going to drop the dime here yet, but be looking out for it. And one of the things that shame needs to survive is isolation, secrecy, and fear of judgment.
Absolutely.
And shame it plays two tapes primarily. One, that I'm not enough, and then two, that I don't have what it takes. The only way that shame dissipates, if you will, is when empathy is present. And empathy can only be present when we are sharing and being vulnerable with other people, with people that are on our team, if you will, that are on our that are going towards the same goal that we're going. And when we have a chance to share with another person what we're facing, the obstacles we're facing, and how possibly we might want to give up, and they say, "Hey, I've been there before." What
Yeah.
that does is that gives us that makes us one not feel alone, because that's the primary job of shame is to isolate you and to keep you from using your gifts and talents, to keep you from prevailing. Essentially, is its modus operandi.
Right.
Brandon, you share um, um, ignoring negativity and distractions. One of the things that I'm glad that you said in that when you identified ignoring negativity and distractions is that you talked about our self-talk. And that is to say that it's just not about external distractions, but to be honest, for most of us, it's the internal distractions that keep us from our pursuit of what um, is God given,
Absolutely.
pursuit of what cannot be taken away from us.
Right.
I remember a conversation we had, Brandon, and which I thought was so powerful. What you said, you can't get fired from purpose. You may get fired from a job, but you can't get fired from purpose. And that stuck with me because that's the reality, man, is that when people, I think, realize that, man, I can't get fired from what I was born and created to do, that revelation, that understanding hopefully produces a sense of hope and energy, enthusiasm, motivation to push forward and prevail. Um, Guys, I'm going to have a couple of moments for questions. So if you have some questions that you want to ask our guest tonight, I want you to drop them into the chat, and we'll get a chance to ask a couple of. But I have a question I'm going to throw out to Brandon Sweeney, and that is for the person that's listening right now, and they're saying, "Hey, Brandon, I understand what you're saying. I agree that we need to value our values, embrace responsibility. I'm down with you, man. But you don't know my story. Like I know you shared your story, but you really don't know the depths of where I'm at. What would you say to that person?
Well, first, being empathetic. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you good.
Being empathetic to where they are, like I get that. That's human nature. When
Mm-hmm.
you are going through your go through, your dark moments, your hard times, you automatically think you're the only one.
Yeah.
Right? I'm the only one going through this.
Yeah.
Nobody has ever gone through what I'm dealing with right now. Right?
Absolutely.
I thought the same thing. I'm the only one who ruptured my kidney. Nobody has ever ruptured their kidney playing sports.
Yeah.
And I found out that Alonzo Mourning was able to operate up for one kidney years ago because he gave I think his father or somebody he gave was close to him.
All right, fade it out on us for a moment, you guys. Give us some grace tonight. We're having some interruption on tonight, some technical difficulties, but it's okay. We are going to prevail through it.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Yeah, you're back. Tell people we're having technical difficulties, but we're going to prevail through it. We're going to push through it tonight.
Sorry about that, y'all. I can hear you fine, James. I guess
Okay.
on my end, everybody's listening. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on, but hey, this is part of the game, right? We're going to
part of it.
We're adapting.
Adapt. So you were talking about Alonzo Mourning before you chopped out.
Right, so I think people think that sometimes they're the only person that's going through it.
Yeah.
So it's like the why me. So when they hear somebody else, because they're still in their dark moment, they're not at that moment ready to look for hope or look for help, right?
Yeah.
They're trying to process and figure this thing out. Because I've been there trying to help people while they're still in it. It's tough. Like you did right now, just go ahead and grieve, right?
Yeah.
Just go ahead and just get it out, go through it. And when you're ready to start making that first step, I'm going to say, listen, there's other people who's been where you've been. Let's go find them. Let's go look at their story, something similar, and how they got out of it. What did they do, right? Not only that, but this is about ownership, right? Are you with me?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So this is about responsibility. Like this is about ownership. You're not a victim. And if you stay a victim, then you can never move forward and really do what it is that you want to do. You got to work on some stuff right in your life, go through your process, but you're not a victim.
Yeah.
And you can't stay a victim for long because if you do, like my trainer told me when I was on the ground, because I was dealing with the pain, he said, if you stay down there too long, the pain's going to get worse and it's going to be hard to get up. So if you stay a victim for so long, right, it's going to get worse and you're going to find yourself floating passively through life with your life on autopilot, hating on other people because they actually took charge and did something about what they were going through. So again, I know it ain't your fault. Like I know this happened to you that you never expect what happened to you. Somebody lied to you, a parent didn't do what they were supposed to do. I get it. But we have a choice. Listen, I just made up in my mind that I will not stay a victim for the rest of my life. I made up in my mind that because I looked at it, I was still stuck.
Right,
I wasn't going anywhere in my life.
Give them a moment.
You with me?
Yeah. There we're back.
I just made up in my mind that I'm not going to be a victim anymore. I was stuck in my life. I was complaining. I was blaming. I was hating on other people. But it wasn't getting me anywhere in life. I was still in the same spot.
Yeah.
And I said, Sweeney, hold on, bro. If it is to be, it's up to me. Like, look in the mirror and do something about your situation if you want to change.
Yeah.
So that's when I had the courage. That's what I'm talking about, having the courage to say, yo, I'm fighting back. Like,
Yeah.
yo, I'm going to get up and I'm going to do something about this. I don't know what, but I'm not going to stay here forever. I'm not going to stay down for long. And so that's the courage of Prevail. It's not allowing this to get the best of you mentally and emotionally, and learning how to process through it.
Yeah.
Right? So we talk about the Prevail mindset in the beginning of the book, and I talk about how we establish that, and that's part of that resiliency. It starts first. Let's deal with this. Let's get this right, because a lot of times how you're looking at your adversity is affecting what you're doing about it, right? The other thing is your self-talk. The other thing is you're problem focused and not solution focused. So we got a lot of stuff that we can deal with.
All right, guys. Give us one moment. All right, there we go.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff that we can go through, but go through your process, grieve, but we can't stay a victim forever.
You know, one of the things that was important, that the two things that I think that are important that you said. One is about owning our grief. So take time to process your grief. A lot of times people try to move forward without taking time to actually process that experience, so that they can move forward. And then two, the courage to fight back. Sometimes I think what we perceive sometimes is that we actually have to have a plan in place in order to get back up and get going. And really, the plan, the first step of your plan is just to decide that I'm going to fight back, that I'm going to have courage, that I'm gonna get back going. I may not know all the details right now, but at least I made that first decision to believe that something can be different, something can be possible. And so I find that incredibly helpful. Brandon, man, this has been a rich conversation.
Can you hear me, James?
Let me give him a moment to come back on. Perfect. Okay, you're back.
Hey,
yep, I can hear you now.
So I wanted to say, so it's just like in a fight, right? If they ever watch boxing, when you get knocked down, when you get back up, they give you a moment to pause. You don't just get back up and start swinging, right? You got a moment to get yourself together first.
Get yourself together. That's so true.
Can you fight? Oh, I think I'm good. I think I'm okay. And then they say, okay, you sure? Okay, now. So give yourself a moment. Like, get up. We ain't telling you to start fighting back, but just get up. I'm not quitting, but I'm up.
Yep.
I'm a little woozy, but I'm up, right?
So that's real talk.
Yeah.
That's real talk. Man, this conversation has been incredibly helpful and insightful. And I want to give people a chance to stay in contact with you. If they want to say, hey, man, I need this. I need Brandon Sweeney on my life team. How can I connect with you, man?
So Swing and
okay, let's give our we have some technical difficulties on tonight.
Oh, help us, Lord.
So we'll give them one moment. Okay, there we go. So I was saying, if people want Brandon Sweeney on their life team, how can they go about getting in contact with you, man?
So you can visit my website, sweeninspires.com. That's SWEEN inspires.com. And if you're also looking to get a copy of the book, icanprevail.com is where you can go and get a copy of the book. You know, I'm also putting together a workbook, audiobook for those who like to listen. But yeah, so icanprevail.com to get the book, and then Sween Inspires, if you're looking to get in contact with me, bring me out to your school, your team to work with, you can do that.
Perfect. Guys, please go and purchase his book, Prevail. Powerful book, powerful principles. You've already heard the outline and grid for them tonight. And so I know once you read the book, he's going to get more to the nitty gritty of it. Gilly, thank you. Look, our good brother Ken was on tonight. Thank you, Ken. Ken is another one of our brothers who we went to school with. And man, I'm really grateful to be amongst some great men who are doing some incredible things. And as always, for those of you who join our broadcast, want to give you the opportunity to connect with us, get your free gift. JamesPerkins.help/wellness gift. Have a gift for you there. You can grab that. It's an incredible resource at no cost to you, but our gift for saying, hey, thank you for attending our broadcast on tonight. Friends, until next week, we will. Oh, perfect. There we go.
I want to give a free book away.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Before I get off, first person to put thumbs up in the chat gets a free copy of Opera Veil. If you put your thumbs up in the chat, first person I see is going to get a free copy. We're going to make sure we can do that. I'm going to give a couple of moments just in case, because I know I'm having a delay on my end. Gilly got it. Gilly said, hey. All right, Gilly, I got you, girl. Gilly is going to be our free our free giveaway participant on tonight. Swing, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, perfect. Yep. So our free participant tonight is Gilly. So I'm going to send her your address. Send Brandon your address, Gilly, and you'll get that gift in the mail. Anything else that you have any closing thoughts you want to say, Brandon, before we head out on tonight?
Can you hear me okay? Because I don't want to talk.
Yeah, I know, right? You're good for right now. You're good.
Listen, at the end of the day, what I want people to know is that adversity is not permanent. It's temporary. And the other thing is you have what it takes. Doesn't matter if you come from a dysfunctional family. Doesn't matter if you fail. Doesn't matter where your circumstances are in life. I don't care if you was born with a silver spoon in your mouth. Like, you have what it takes. But it's going to take every single thing that you got.
Awesome, man. Thank you.
Billy. Got you, girl.
Thank you. All right, friends, until next week, thank you for attending. And be sure to check out SweenInspires.com. And then also, I never want to leave this broadcast without giving you an opportunity to talk with me. One of the big things that keeps us from prevailing is our mindset. In a lot of ways, how we were raised, our early experiences. And so I'm the man that you need to talk to help you kind of unwind that. So you can visit me at jamesperkins.help. You'll see a tab that says Talk with James. Literally click that tab and schedule time to talk with me. And I look forward to working with you. All right, friends, until next week, peace, holla, and we'll see you later.